Okay, we have a nice, very, very simple cabin plan here from floorplans.com. I'm going to actually use the floor plan that's included by scrolling down right here. I've already saved this on the canvas. If you were ever on this website and you wanted to save the image, you simply click on it. It makes a larger version of it. Right click and choose Save Image As. But you don't have to do that because I already have it in Canvas for you. So if you go to Outcome 7 Lesson 2, you can see I have a link right here. All you have to do is click on it. Okay, and it's going to open it in a new tab. And when it loads, you right click on it, choose Save Image As, and save it onto your downloads folder. Okay, right there. You can see I've actually done this a few times. And save, and now it will download it. Okay, now it might look a little bit different if you're doing this on a Chromebook. That'll put it under recent documents, but I think you'll be able to figure it out. So now it's downloaded onto your device. We are going to go ahead and close this little tab, go back to SketchUp. I'm going to start a new design. Okay, so I got to wait for this to load up. Okay, and there it is. I'm going to close this and move this over just so it's out of the way. Before I do anything, I'm going to save this file. So go ahead and click on the Model Browser Preferences menu, and I'm going to choose Save As. I'm going to click under here on the helmet, and I am going to type in, let's see, practice cabin project. Okay, because this is practice even though we're turning this in. All right, save it. And you can see we've got it saved, which is important to do from the very start. All right, so now we're going to take that image we just downloaded and we're going to import it into here. So to do that, I'm going to click on my Model Preferences menu again, over here, the three lines, choose Import, My Device, and click on My Device again. And then find it under your Downloads folder. If you're using a Chromebook, it might be under My Recent or Recent Documents or something to that effect. Click on it, choose Open, and then I have to tell SketchUp I'm doing this as an image. So go ahead and click Image. And I'm going to start right here at the origin. So move your mouse over to the origin until it snaps into place. Just simply click your mouse once. And then, I'm going to try that again. Let me import that again. What happened is I clicked too hard and it took it as a double click. So here we go. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm going to pop it in here, click once, and I'm going to move my mouse out. I'm going to move it out to about here. I'm using this guy as a reference to size. I'm going to move it out to about here, and then click a second time. Now, if I click and hold my mouse wheel scroll button, I'm going to click and hold that down. I can orbit this way, but I can also hold down the Shift key on my keyboard and pan this into position. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get this kind of centered so I can use these measurements to scale this. This is very important. Never skip this step. I actually have a really good measurement here that I'm going to use, the 30-foot measurement. All right. And I'm going to scale this image based on that. So here's how you do it. Start by clicking on your tape measure tool. Okay. And then I'm going to zoom into this corner. I'm going to simply click it about where the outside corner is. Click once, zoom back out, and then I'm going to zoom back in to where the other corner is, about right here. Okay. And you can see it says 40 feet. Yours might say something different. In fact, it will, but by clicking a second time, all I have to do is let go of my mouse and just start typing 30 feet. So that's 30 apostrophe and then enter. Then you see this menu pop up saying, do you want to resize the model? Choose OK. Okay, so what that's done is it's scaled perfectly this model. Okay. In fact, I could even move this guy over here and you'd see he's about the right size for the size of this porch. Okay. So now I'm simply going to use this layout to create my walls of my floor plan. Okay. So let's get started on that. Before I do that, I want to save this image as what we call a tag. Okay. So click over here on this thing that looks like a price tag. And I'm going to choose the plus sign here because I'm going to create a new tag, and I'm going to call this image. Okay, because the reason is I want to be able to turn this image I placed here on and off. So now if I right click on the image and choose entity info, I can click here where it says untagged. I can click there and change it to image. And the cool thing now is if I like go back to my labels tag, all I have to do is turn the eye on and off to make the image appear and reappear, disappear and reappear. Okay, that's going to be crucial later, and you'll see why. The point is, I'm able to turn it off and turn it back on quite easily. Okay, so go ahead and close this menu here. Let's start making our walls. To do this, I'm going to start with an outside perimeter wall all the way around. Okay, I can look at this and tell that my outside walls are going to be about 6 inches, whereas my inside walls are going to be about 4 inches, but I can confirm that by using my measurement tool. You don't have to do this, but I'm just basically giving a quick measurement, and it is about 6 inches. So I know my outside walls are going to be 6 inches. I'm going to do an offset of 6 inches from my overall perimeter wall. So let's make the perimeter wall right now. Okay. Go to your line tool. Looks like a pencil. We're going to zoom into this corner. Now, it's tempting to start right at the corner, but I'm actually going to start a little bit past the corner. Okay, kind of lined up with this line here. And you'll see the reason why in a second. I want to be able to cross that line later on when I get all the way around the image. So I'm going to start back here. And then I'm going to simply start drawing my line down. Now, I just clicked once. I'm going to have to move the thing, but notice how I'm keeping it green. And by the way, this is a fireplace here. If you have something similar to that, make sure you just kind of ignore it for now. We may come back and build that fireplace later, but for now, I'm going to ignore it. And I'm going to go right to here. Now, I'm not going, these are actually bricks. I'm going to ignore those as well. But I'm going to go right to about where the corner is. Click again. You'll notice how it stayed green the whole time. That means it's on the green axis. It's super important that you do that. Now I'm drawing to this direction, and I'm keeping it red, so it's on the red axis. Click again. Zoom out, move, pan over, green, and then zoom over to this corner and go red. And then I'm going to go up to this corner, and I'm going to keep it green. And then I'm going to go all the way back over, keeping it red. Don't let it turn black like that. Keeping it red all the way to that beginning line where it says on edge, and snap it and click. Okay, now a couple things happen. First of all, we still have this line sticking out. That's easy to fix. I simply go to my eraser tool and erase it. So that's why we started it up there. I wanted to be able to make sure that this line stayed straight and was able to make it all the way. Had I accidentally started below a little bit, my points wouldn't have matched up, and then I might have ended up with a crooked line, which I wanted to avoid. Okay. The second thing that happened is my image got covered up with this face. We call this a face. All right. I've made a closed polygon here, meaning I made a shape with all closed corners. Everything's connected. And when I do that, it creates a face. Now, if I go to my select tool and click on that face, I can simply hit delete on my keyboard. It'll delete the face, but if you notice, it did not delete the line. And that's a good thing because we're going to use that line. All right. So believe it or not, I want you to undo what you just did. Okay, I just wanted to show you how to delete a face. So undo it so that the face comes back. All right. And the reason I want the face on there still is I'm going to make an offset of this outside wall. You need a face in order to do that. So go down to your three dots here, choose the offset tool. Okay, and then click anywhere inside this face. Click once and then move your mouse. You might have to move it in a couple directions and get it to where it's about like here so that you're kind of close to that outside edge, but not quite over it. All right, so somewhere around here, let go of your mouse and simply type in 6 inches. So 6 quotation mark, or you can actually just put 6 because when there's no quotation or apostrophe, SketchUp defaults to inches. So just 6, enter, and it's created a 6-inch wall all the way around. Now, go to your select tool. Select that face in the middle, hit delete. Now I can see all my walls again. And yes, I actually want to delete the face that's been created between my lines. So that offset and my outside perimeter creates a face. I need to delete that because I need to know where all my window and door openings are. Okay, so go ahead and select it like, let me try that again. Select it and hit delete on your keyboard. Notice that my lines are still there, only now I don't just have the outside one, I have the inside one as well. All right, so I'm going to go around and mark all my windows. And as I do this, this is going to continuously create faces. I'm going to have to delete some of them, but then leave others, and you'll see what I mean. So let's start with this window here. I'm going to go ahead, zoom in as I need to, make sure you're on edge, click, and keep it red. Don't let it turn black like that. Keep it red and click on the other edge, okay? Next, we're going to click on that line tool again. We're going to come down here and we're going to click and click. Now notice what happened. The whole outside wall turned white again. So the face filled in again. We are going to leave this face here because we're going to push pull that later, but we're going to delete this face. So go ahead and select, click just this one, not this one, just this one, and hit delete. All right. So now we're going to move to the next opening. This is not a window. This is a fireplace. We're skipping that for now. So we're moving all the way down to the front. This looks like there's a window with a door. So what I'm going to do is create a line right here. Keep it green. Okay. And then I'm going to click on my select tool, select this side of it. Okay. And delete it. And then I'm going to go and skip this. This is kind of like a window next to a door. So we're going to just pretend this is one big door. And I'm going to go over here on edge, keep it green, and click again. Okay. So I'm slowly moving around kind of counterclockwise. So take your select tool, click here, ignore this one, hit delete, and then let's move to the next window. We've got a window right here. So let's take the pencil tool. Oop, it didn't pull it. All right, pencil tool, click, click. And I'm going to delete this one. And then pencil tool again, or the line tool, keeping it green. I'm going to select this and delete it. And I have 2 more windows to do. Okay, so let's, believe it or not, there's a window over that toilet. I'm sure it's just a small one. So let's go ahead and click here, keep it red. I'm going to select this one and delete it. I'm slowly working my way around. Okay, click here and here. Okay, delete this. And then I've got one more window. So watch what I do here. I'm going to do this side, and then I'm going to select and delete this. Now, after I draw this last line, because this is my last window, I'm not going to delete the plane after that. So I'm going to just go ahead and draw this in. Now that I've got all my windows made and all my doors made, I'm going to leave that plane, that face on there, and I'm going to start working on my interior walls. Now that I've got all this done, and you'll see why I marked all those openings in future videos, but for now, let's save, because that's a good stopping point. If you get this message, choose yes per JAL. That just means any unused tags are going to be taken off. Let's start making our interior walls. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start with one long, first of all, go to your line tool. I'm going to start with one long line from here on the edge. And I'm going to go all the way down to here because that's technically one big wall. I'm going to click again. Okay. Then click on your line tool again. Let's go over here. Click here across. Make sure it lines up with the edge. Okay, now look, it closed everything off. It's easy to fix. Just click here, delete, click here, delete, and you're back in business. All right, let's take another line and go from here, from the edge, all the way down to here. And again, it closes it off. Click on it and delete. You're going to need to click on this and delete too, because you need to know where the door opening is. All right. So now go to your line tool. We're going to select here to here, keeping it green. Click here and delete, and then make the next opening. All right. Now that I've got all the doors in that wall, I'm going to not delete the rest of it. I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm going to continue on my other walls. Okay. So before I do anything, I'm going to draw this all the way over till it snaps. I'm going to go ahead and delete this and delete this. Okay. Now I want to take my line tool and go back up here. Sometimes it doesn't pick up your line tool, so you might have to double click it. Click up there and draw this straight all the way down to about here. And then I'm going to draw it all the way across to there. Okay, so now I need to reopen that room by deleting the face and delete the face on this. Now let's start making our openings along this wall. Okay, so let's start up here. We have an opening starting here and there. Notice I'm keeping it red. Select the wall and delete. If you need to pause the video if I'm going too fast, please do so and go back if you need to. If I'm going too slow, just speed it up. Okay, I'm going to go all the way around this wall. So just one opening at a time. Let's finish this other doorway opening right here and here. And let's see, how many more do I have? I have one more opening, so I need to be careful to make sure I don't go too far here. So let's click here and here, delete this. And this is my last opening. Now this is a pocket door, okay? So from here over to the right is kind of like an open hollow wall, and then the pocket door slides into it. So what I'm gonna do is make my wall opening here, about where that hollow part ends, okay? That's the end of the doors on that wall, so I can stop deleting the faces. Let's move on to the rest of the walls in here, okay? We've got this little wall here. I'm gonna just click, click, and click, and I need to delete this and delete this. And then I've got another one right here, like that. And I can leave that there, but I need to delete this. All right. And then I need to make this closet. So it's basically the same way. I'm going to go from here to here to here. Delete. Oop, hit escape. I did not get the select tool. Delete it. Delete it. And let's go from about there. Mine happened to be midpoint. Yours might not. And go all the way till it ends. Okay, now I'm going to leave this face as is. Click here and delete it. And I think I just have the one wall left. Yep. All right, so let's go from all the way over here. Go all the way to the other side, keeping it red. Delete the faces as we go. Okay. I'm going to go from here to here, keeping it red. Delete this face, delete this face. I've got a door opening here, keeping it green. Delete this face, and one more door opening here. Okay, now I don't have to delete any more faces there. Let's do this little linen closet. Click and click. Delete the face and delete that. And then the last one. Click, click, and click. All right, and then delete this last face. All right, so now I've got all my walls done, all my windows done, all my door openings marked. Everything's ready to go. In the next video, we're going to push-pull all this and turn it into walls. So this would be a good time to save. You can see I already did, but make sure you save and you're ready for the next video.